जीना आसान हो, जान पहचान हो, जीना आसान हो, दिल को चुराने वालों आंख न चुराओ, नाम तो बताओ, जान पहचान हो।
I didn't like too many of the scripts I was getting and thought I could do better by writing my own, and I approached this guy whose comics I liked, who seemed like a really good writer who lived near me, about working on a script together, and that's what we did.
I don't work in terms of conscious messages. I can't do that. It has to be something that I'm revealing to myself while I'm doing it, which is hard to explain. Which means that while I'm doing it, I don't know exactly what it's about.
All the films I've made to some degree are about the same thing, which is the risks and rewards of being an artist or being an outsider, you know.
Terry Zwigoff, he was told by everybody who worked with him that, you know, the one thing you don't want to do is to make another film based on a comic book or to have anything to do with a comic book, and he absolutely agreed. And then I guess Robert Crumb or somebody gave him a copy of Ghostworld, and he just sort of got fixated on it.
I was a very alienated kid, you know. I was always trying to find something to connect with, some place to fit in, and still are. Still am to some degree, you know. It's a very alienating culture to me. I don't quite like the same music other people like, and you know, I like to stay home and read books, and everybody else wants to go out and play volleyball and drink beers and party.
There are many different ways we can express ourselves. We can do things like these cartoons that are amusing as a sort of a light entertainment, or we can do work that is more serious in scope and feeling and that deals with issues.
I'm drawing some portraits of girls that I had crushes on in high school. They're in Milford, Delaware. This one I'm drawing now is Winona Newhouse, affectionately known among the boys as the Shelf. She had this like phenomenal rear shelf.
My father was like, had this really grim job working for clothing stores his whole life, where he had to like fold shirts and pants after people tried them. It was really grim. I visited him as a kid, and I just thought to myself at the time, I'd rather do anything else than this.
Could I get a medium 7-Up?
Medium? Why, sir, do you not know that for a mere 25 cents more you could purchase a large beverage? Medium is really only for suckers who don't know the concept of value.
I was working like a regular civil servant job, really boring job for the welfare department. And I stumbled on this old blues musician who happened to be still alive, who I had one record, but I only made one record back in the early 30s. Very obscure character. And I decided to do a little magazine article on him that blossomed into this crazy film that got successful. And then I made another documentary that was wildly successful. And then I started getting scripts.
Oh. It's only about B-. It's got an incipient lamp crack, but it plays decent as I recall.
Oops, I dropped it!
Jeez.
When I listen to old music, that's one of the few times I actually have a kind of a love for humanity. You hear the best part of the soul of the common people, you know, just their way of expressing their connection to eternity, or whatever you want to call it. Modern music doesn't have that calamitous loss that people can't express themselves that way anymore, you know.
I don't read comics too much, no, I don't. I like to read books instead, generally. But Dan's comics are very uncomic book-like, you know. They are more like novels. These really great dialogue and really great characterizations.
Ghostworld would be appealing to teenagers because I think it's about